Hey guys, how you doing? Glad you guys could drop in for today. As you can see, I'm a little more jazzed than I was earlier this Friday night, so I'm sorry I had to cut, like the one from last week pretty short. But today, feel a little bit better, so we'll get started pretty soon. So right now, I'm just gonna get myself warmed up before I actually get started pretty soon. I normally do this before I start streaming, but I figure I'd start here, like since I actually got up not too long ago, just to kind of get the hand flowing. Cause this is one of the things this is one of the things I recommend you do. And something I need to do a little more often too is that really it's really kind of warm up your hand like before you start drawing, so that way like once you actually draw your actual picture itself, you have more of a steady hand. You just loosen up. It won't be as stiff. And also, for those of you that were here last week, I had did only did about four sketches. So I wanted it was one of the suggestions I got from last week. It was I think it was from Firewall. I think that's what it was. Did a book series called Firewall. And the Doctor Snacker Sniff. I did this little vase here, and also I did this car here as well. And so today, as usual, it's gonna be more of a kind of a free ball type deal too. Give me just one moment. So I think what I will do today, I might do something a little bit different, but with a different franchise. So some of you that were here last week might remember the drawing I did with Luke of anime characters as Lupin characters. So I figure I'll do one where I'll draw some characters that are a little more closely related. I mean, as far as company goes, I think I'll draw Grunkle Stan, but this time I'll draw him with as Uncle Scrooge from DuckTales. So let me just get his actual pose going. Actually, let me bring this back. He has a little torso here. Maybe he has a rough, maybe he has long suit, kind of like Uncle Scrooge wears for him. We get his hands. We get things for his cane. Even though Scunn doesn't really do the canes, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it for Scrooge, because Scrooge has one. Let me see. Let me bring those legs down a bit more. All right, that looks good. Plus, I realized since I hadn't really drawn Gravity Falls characters in a while, I figured this will be this will be a good chance to kind of draw them again. Let me bring out his jawline a bit more. Get spot for his ears. Now I'm deciding, do I want to base for Uncle Scrooge character? Do I want to base him more off his classic design, or do I want to base him more off his the reboot version? 'Cause, you got two versions. Because of course you got the course because you got the one from the original DuckTales from the '80s, and you got the one from later on in from early this past 2017. I think I will do. I think maybe I will do one from 2017. So in fact, let me get his top hat while we're at it. So let me get his collars. Let me get the actually bring this down a bit more. There we go. Let me get the collars at the end of his suit. That's 5 fingers. So let me make sure I get that. So I think I'll kind of do just some drawings. I'm doing a mixture of both styles from both shows mixed together. At the bottom of his hand legs here. Make this other on here. Make it the bottom of his shoes here. You know, I always need to get around to actually sitting down and watching the new DuckTales. Because, the thing is, I've seen, like, various episodes, you hadn't liked it, but I don't think I've ever had a chance to really kind of, like, sit down and actually kind of watch the thing the whole way through. Even though I really should. Because I've seen, most, if not all of them, Gravity Falls. I'm pretty sure it's like just a few episodes I think I've probably missed. But DuckTales I haven't really seen a lot of, as of now. Make sure. What I need to do is I'm trying to learn how to do the spats. Do I want to keep with his regular? Keep his regular shoes, have the spats on top of that. I think that's probably what I'll go ahead and do. Yeah, I think I'll do it just that. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Let me sharpen this pencil here. I think I might want to do something with the cane here. I think I might, instead of giving a regular cane, I might do something different so it's more of a stance variety. Now, you know what? I think I probably will keep I think I will keep the 8 ball he has on his own cane in the original. I'm sure. But I'm trying to. Do I want to have the regular? Do I want to have the regular cane where it goes straight up, but I want to have the little cane where it goes around? I think I'll have maybe a mixture of both. All right, so now I got our main sketch looking pretty good. Let me just kind of fine tune just a bit more. Let me get the bottom layer for where his bottom layer appears. Let me see, get some of his teeth. We get his eyebrows, his floating eyebrows. Get his ears. I mean, since he's got large ears, maybe get a little bit coming on his other side as well. Let me get his little top hat, Scrooge's top hat. Because even though he's gonna be cosplaying as Uncle Scrooge, I still want to have a little bit, his personality like shining through. Let me get the collar of his coat to come through. Hey, Shay, how you doing? Hey, glad you dropped in. Yeah, today I'm doing a little something different. I'm drawing Grunkle's stand as Uncle Scrooge from the new DuckTales show. So I'm doing kind of like a mixed match of both shows together. So that's what I personally have been working on as of right now. And also, pretty sure I've been dropping in for Sunday. I know I did want to actually do something like early this past Saturday, but I knew I had a lot of plans for yesterday, so I figured let me move it to the day. Plus, I realized I hadn't done it in a while, so I figured there was that. Let me get the middle portion of his coat. So let's get his coat. We have the bottom ends of his coat, the collar, let me get his, I can fix his hands just a bit more. Let's get his other arm here. Yo, hold on, sorry about that.
I love my natural hair.
I have no idea how that happened. Sorry, I clicked on something by mistake. Sorry about that. See, how did that happen? Sorry, standby technical issues. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Let me make sure you see that thumb's looking okay. Let me see. You have to build the middle and get the build coattails of his coat here. Let me see something for a moment. Actually, I might need to bring this down a bit. Or maybe, I guess it's okay as is. No, actually, let me just bring this down some more. Made the spats of his shoes. I think it looks pretty good. Normally I would move on to our next page where I just refine it with my Uncle pencil. In fact, I think I will go and just do just that so that way you guys can see what we're getting ready to do for later on. As you can see, I'm not really too concerned about trying to replicate both styles here. More concerned about making sure that they're blended together in a way that makes sense for both of them. But I've added my own flair to them too. Because I know, like I think I have my chin probably a little bit small, jawline probably a little smaller than it normally is on the original show. But that's fine. I can work with it. Let me get his eyebrows. I think I make them just a bit more bushier. Let me get this one at the top, where it's kind of touching like the brim of his top hat. We get the little curve on the brim of his hat. We go out and go around. And get the other side of his ear here. Let me get the thick collars underneath for his coat. Let me see. belt buckle that's kind of holding his coat together. Then I have a bunch. Then I'll bunch it up here for his shoulders. Adjust that just a bit. Make his forearms a bit bigger, because he does have pretty big forearms. Unlike one I sketched it last, I am going to go straight in with the ink once I'm done with the sketch for this. And you can see here what I decided to do for I think I kind of make a mixture of both Grunkle Stan and Uncle Scrooge games. You know, with Scrooge, he has that typical cane where it goes over and goes around the top and curves at the top, whereas Grunkle Stan it kind of goes straight up and he has an 8-ball at the top. I couldn't decide if I wanted to do either or, so I figured I'd find a way to kind of bring them together. Now, granted, I'm aware it does kind of make it like a Christmas ornament now, but I think it's a nice way of kind of blending both of them together. Alright. Get the bottom portion here. I mean, it's curved right around the edges. Let me get it bottom of his legs. Bottom sole of his feet. Bring it to spats right here. I know Vlad likes spats, especially with Grunkle Scrooge's spats. They tend to kind of strap around on the bottom. So I have the strap here kind of go across the bottom of the sole here. Same for this one right here. me bring this down a bit more. Yeah, let me make this. Let me make his shoes a little bit smaller. Let's leave. Seems like it's a little bit big. This might be a little bit too big. There we go. Let me see. There we go. Alright, now let's go ahead and actually start doing our line work here. So let me get my pens. Alright, so let me see how that looks when it's okay, perfect. So as usual, I'm just gonna start in the middle and I'm gonna gradually kind of work my way out. Little bumps for his nose. Yeah, sometimes if I do, yeah, sometimes if I am doing any work, I will kind of turn around just to get a good angle. You can see I'm using one of these little brush pens to kind of get vary my line way. Maybe his legs are a little bit off center. Let's draw the top of his mouth here. You can see it's kind of going underneath his nose. So I figured as I was trying to make his jaw a little bit bigger, I really bring his mouth a little bit further up. Bring on the collar of his shirt. Let's go up, bring it down, bring it around. At the little section in the middle. They'll have kind of bunched up at the bottom here. As I'm kind of going around, I am going to actually kind of like fine tune this a bit more. Some of the line work. Like some areas I'll probably keep the same, others I am going to actually like thicken up. Get his little fingers here. Because ain't like Scrooge, and even though Scrooge has 4, he's got 5. And if it was his brother 4, he would have 6. At least on one he would have 6. No. Now, what else I should add? let me bring this in a bit more. Get the bottom portion of his pant legs here. Let me get the bottom portion. We can line it on the edge. Alright, that looks good. Let me get his arm here while we're at it. Alright, that looks alright. So, before I start refining my fine line with further, let me erase some of these pencil lines I got going here. Just to make this whole thing look a little bit neater. And just kind of clean things up a bit. Oh! Didn't want to do that just yet. Let me bring those lines back in. There we go. Actually, what I think I probably will do, I might just go into color next, and then I'll come back and dig up the line work. 'Cause it looks good as is, but I do want to do a little more to it. should have a spare blot sheet I can use. Here we go. Here, right here. Perfect. Let me slide underneath here. And I'll just start coloring this in. The start and middle can go out because one thing about some of these pens, especially with these brush pens, sometimes the ink does tend to smear. So I'm starting the middle, just kind of going towards the edge very gently. Then you'll go in, just go straight in and rub the suit. I would have gone with the regular classic blue one he had in the 80s show, but I figured I'll go with the red one since I figure more people probably recognize the 77 version. I mean, no, not 77. The 2017 version of DuckTales a little more. Plus, I think red works good for Grunkle Stand anyway. Yeah, so I think that color works for him better here. Yes, I think what I will do here, like once I'm done coloring our base colors here, then I will go back with our ink pad and kind of let you start thickening up some of these outlines. Hope I can get a good layer. Good like this thing started running out of ink. Hope it doesn't run out of ink on me. looks alright. I know this is probably running out of ink. Might work. Let me see. Okay, never mind. This works fine. This works just fine. It's a little darker than I expected, but I could probably do something to it to kind of brighten it back up. Let me get his cane while I'm at it, since I'm mobile here in this little area. Yeah, I think you can find it on a couple places too. Cause I know it's on Disney Plus. I think you can get it here on YouTube, of course, premium as well. It's actually pretty good because cause I've seen like a small handful of episodes like from the original one from the '80s, and but I've seen probably more of the reboot from 2017. Even then, I haven't seen all of it. I see why people really kind of dig it. Because it's one of those few reboots that everyone's. Because it seems like it's one of those rare cases where everyone seems to like the reboot more than the original. Yeah, but I definitely recommend checking it out. Okay, where's my other markers? I had a few more that I was using. Because I had a gold and yellow I could use here. Because since I know he doesn't have Ultra doesn't have a golden cup yellow beak and feet. I figure I can still find a way to utilize that here. So I'm just doing various accents. I'll do the ends of his cane. Also, I'm gonna do at the bottom is his feet here. Maybe he's getting golden shoes. Alright, that looks good. Let me see if there's any place. I think I'll use it right here in the middle. Let me see how that looks. I know his teeth are slightly yellowed a bit, so I'll just use that to kind of outline his teeth. Let me see what else I can do here. What else I was gonna? Oh yeah, I was trying to gray. to do that. This is what I want to do for the spats. Let me see how the others are. Okay, here we go. There should have a brighter red I can use for his eyebrows. Let me see. Where is it? This one might do it. It's not the kind I want. I can use this for his facial hair. Might a little too bright. Let me see if I can try this one. Okay, this one works a little bit better. He's kind of darken like his hair, at least on the edge. Let me see if I have like another pinkish one I got here. But yeah, DuckTales from Late Stuff, it's pretty cool, good shows. You know, like they've actually they did more adventurous parts, do a lot more character based episodes, which I really do like. One thing that kind of took me a while to get into is just kind of the art style, because like the whole show kind of this angular art style. Granted, I'm not the hugest fan of it, but I do like that it doesn't help make it stand out. I should have an apricot like paint that I can use. Trying to see. I should have a pink I can use here. That's not like a dark pink. Well, you know, I think I got some on the side here. Use some right here. Alright, yeah, that's totally fine. And I still need to get around to checking out the old one, because I think I've only seen a small handful of the old one, because I remember. Because one thing about me is that when it came to watching a lot of the Disney Channel or Toon Disney stuff, I really didn't get on to watch until much later, and it was probably around. I'd say it was probably in the period when they started going up the air when I really started watching. Because with me, one of the things I had mentioned, one of my older in my earlier streams that pretty much growing up, I always watch I always watched a lot of like Cartoon Network, early in the day and Nickelodeon in the morning. And I obviously didn't watch Disney that often until I think probably like later on, like during 2000, like once Disney Channel became a lot more available. That's when I started watching it a lot more. And even at that point, think about that point, you think it already been phased out of Disney Channel. I think Toon Disney, which where a lot of the shows got moved to, that's where I actually got a chance to catch them. So I'm gonna use that color in the darker areas here, so we get the collar of this shirt. Oh, that's interesting. I hear with the newer one. Apparently, they've done a lot more new episodes where they kind of bring crossover with other episodes. They did a crossover one with Darkwing Duck, because I know Steelbeak from Darkwing, he appears occasionally in a near show. I know that is especially related with Darkwing Duck. I think they did. I don't know if they've done it already, but I think they apparently did a crossover, with Goof Troop and Tailspin, where they try to link in all the other like 90s, 80s and 90s that came out around this time. Yeah, I think when it came to like the old school like Disney animated shows that came out in the 80s and 90s, I think Goof Troop was probably my top favorite. I remember really liking that. I think then Chip and Dale, then probably Aladdin. What was another I remember really liking? Then it's like Little Mermaid. Timon and Pumbaa, that was another really good one. Let me use the opposite end. Let me get around his belt buckle here. I might have to replace this one too. It looks like it's kind of running out of ink. Normally, I hear it squeaking like that. That's kind of an indicator I might need to actually replace and get a new one for it pretty soon. Or never mind, never mind. It's probably one end, because sometimes I'll have an issue where maybe one end will start drying out, the other one will be just fine. It's strange. Yeah, because there's already been a few instances where I've had to kind of like, for some of the markers I've been using as of late, I have to kind of go through them. Some of that I have to go ahead and toss because they're already starting to fade. Some were starting to fade, or some were kind of ran out of ink already. And luckily, it's older ones, that I've been using for a while, rather than any like ones that I got and just never use. Because luckily, always the ones I haven't really opened used, they're still alright. We get the bottom portrait shoes here. Let me see if let me find a darker color for what I pulled in underneath here. Here we go. Cool. Alright, I think we're looking pretty good here. So, I'm trying to think. Because I didn't plan on adding, because I did want to have a few more other colors here. I'm just trying to think what I want to do next. But you know what? I think I'll just go ahead and just go back in with the brush pen here. So I think what I'm doing is kind of going around the edges, just kind of thickening up some of these lines. So usually I like to have my lines kind of thicker on the edges and thinner as I go further in. Also, I hope you guys have liked the new sketchbook tour that I did. Cause I know I think I briefly mentioned I think in the last stream. And, basically what I did is I found two older sketchbooks. The thing they had in common is that these were two sketchbooks that I did my Inktober drawings from back in 2021. So I managed to find those two. I figured I show together all together in one video. Let's kind of go around the edge. And I think as I did that sketchbook, I basically kind of went through, those drawings, but also like some of the other drawings that I made around that same time too. I think in there I had a few sketches where I did stuff with oil pastel. Because oil pastel, that was one of those mediums where I tend to use on and off every now and then. Because while it's a fun medium, it is kind of messy because it's oil, and of course you're not careful with your hands, it can get everywhere. Of course, it's not as messy as say like soft pastel. Those, because those are almost like it's like chocolate consistency. Those will get everywhere if you're not careful. Press again a little too much further on the edge here. Didn't mean to do that. Let me go and get some of these edges here that I think I missed. Alright, that looks pretty good. Let me see, what else can I add? Oh yeah, I just remember what I was gonna do. Something that really kind of brighten this up, and ooh, I didn't realize it was kind of bunched up the top here. Trying to think. So now I'm trying to think of what else I want to add to this. Trying to think. Let me see. Do I want to? I'm thinking of the color I want to add for the background, just kind of make them pop just a bit more. I think we'll use that for his ears though, to kind of get that pale rose for his ears. Since I know his ears tend to have like a pinkish tint to them. Let me try mauve, see how that looks. Do I want to use this on the background? I think I will. I was going to try that, see how it works. Yeah, just kind of make him pop just a bit more against the background, so I figured that'll do nicely. Add a shadow underneath here. see how it's... Nah, I don't want to use mauve. Okay, never mind. No, go for the mauve. You know, I think I will just stick it with this. Let me add a little bit highlight magic here for our 8-ball. Our Mystery Shack 8-ball. Let me kind of bring these eyebrows back a bit. I think they got a little too thin. I didn't intend to do that. Where's the red that I was using? Ah, here we go. Just kind of go over some of the areas that are still a little bright. Alright, y'all. I think I'm going and cut off here for this one. So that, my friends, that is Grunkle Stan, as Uncle Scrooge. So, for those of you that came in that weren't able to show up last time, I'll do a brief recap. So this is what I ended up doing earlier this past Friday. So I only did about 4 sketches here. I did 2 Captain from Firewall, the Scratch Sniff, I did this car, and I did this vase. But also some of the other things, that I did is for those that were here that weren't here last week, I did 3 sketches. So of course, I did Bugs Bunny from Corny Concerto, do his old ballerina suit. Then I did the Warner, just Lupin's crew. And also, of course, I did Aqua Teen Hunger Force. That one ended up being really fun to work on. And so yeah, I really did enjoy working on this particular one here. I may decide to add more to this later on today. But so far, I really like how it looks, as is. Alright, so guys, I hope you all really enjoyed this stream. I enjoyed drawing. So I should be back around same time. So I should be back, Friday, later on 11 or 12. And I should be back Saturday around 10:30 as always. So in the meantime, guys, hope you guys have a great week. Enjoy yourselves. Have a wonderful day.